Good evening, everybody. Sorry it took me longer than I expected to come back to you and touch on the circumcision issue again. I've been promising it for a while, so here we go. I don't think I was very clear in my last video on this. The gist of my last video, or the purpose of it, was to ask for your opinion. It was not so much to state my own opinion, but I am going to clarify what I think here. And the bottom line of my opinion is that I am opposed to the procedure, particularly on infants, especially on infants. And that is mainly because they cannot consent to anything of that nature. They lack the verbal skills to do so or to oppose it. And I view it as barbaric. I asked you, as I said, for your opinions, all of you, and I got a lot. I believe right now I have about 170 comments on that video, which I greatly appreciate, something like 10,000 views, which is awesome because I'd really love to reach out to you as much as I can. And I also mentioned some statistics in that video, and my sources were credible. I can't remember if I posted my sources or not, but if need be, I will post them to you in the information section of this video so that you can see for yourself where I obtained those numbers. A lot of you claimed that those were incorrect. Those came from some, as I said, credible sources. So unless you want to debate with those people about the numbers, or provide me with some other information from another viable source, that's just what I picked up. So that's just the way it is. It is a high number, and an alarming number of people in the United States do it. Fact of the matter is that they do it for cosmetic reasons. Parents have it done for cosmetic reasons. I have heard parents say that they want to do it, namely because they don't want their son to end up in a locker room in middle school or high school or whenever, comparing his penis to other penises, or they don't want him to be made fun of. So it's cosmetic. Instead of teaching their child to have high self-esteem and accept their own appearance and value other aspects of who they are instead of what their genitals look like, they would rather just chop off part of their penis. That doesn't sound credible to me. In fact, it sounds incredibly superficial. I can't condone that. Can't do it. So, I don't know. I heard some of you, not heard some of you, but I read some other comments in which people said that they don't want a turtleneck on their penis. What does that mean? Does that have solely to do with cosmetics? Do you have such low self-esteem that that's your only reason? Think about that, please, and then come back and comment on my video again and tell me what you think in an articulate way. But that's mostly where I stand on this issue. I believe that it's barbaric to do something to an infant when they cannot consent to a painful procedure. By the way, I have also heard that they do not use anesthetic on infants when they do this. Since when is that ethical? Since when is that acceptable in this country? We live in a modernized society where that sort of thing, intense pain that is caused by that sort of procedure is entirely preventable, as are the things that can result from lack of circumcision, such as phimosis and bacteria. We can prevent those things. I can understand circumcision being done in a third world country where hygiene is something that is much harder to maintain, or things of that nature, but we live in America. So parents who have the ability to care for their children's hygiene, what are you doing getting your son circumcised? What's the deal? And for Jewish people, yes, I understand that it's a religious tradition thing. I respect that. I respect tradition. However, do you know the origin, do you know the circumstances under which circumcision was originally performed? Do your research before you decide to do something like this. Really. Personally, if I have a son someday, I won't be having him circumcised. That's my stance. And as you can probably tell, I do feel strongly about it, despite the fact that I am a female and I don't have a penis. But you can probably see why at this point. Anyway, there's my feedback for you. There's the video that I've been promising for a while. And depending on the response that I get from you all, I may post another one. But thank you for listening to what I have to say on this issue, and I'll be back, I'll be back very soon with another video on another topic for you. Have a good night.